always something a little freaky about seeing the future portrayed in movies. Then a few years slip by, and suddenly the future is now. Marty McFly's time machine transported him to October 21st, 2015. And tonight, ABC's Darren Ravel goes for the ride of a lifetime in a pimped-out DeLorean straight out of Back to the Future.
We're descending toward Hill Valley, California at 4:29 p.m. on Wednesday, October 21st, 2015.
Well, we're finally here. The future as imagined in the 1989 film Back to the Future 2. There are no flying cars, and Jaws stopped way before 19. But the Cubs could still win the World Series this year.
Cubs win World Series.
And there are these, fully tricked out converted DeLoreans on a side road off a highway in a Dallas suburb, made to look like the time-traveling vehicles that were used in the films.
This thing is a hobby that turned into a crazy business.
Turning these vintage DeLoreans, a short-lived brand of the early 80s, into so-called time machines is the brainchild of Bob Mosley, a former restaurant owner who, as a fan himself, bought a DeLorean.
The thing about it is if you own a DeLorean, you're going to have to deal with Back to the Future references. So everywhere I went, somebody would say, "Hey, McFly, where's your flux capacitor?" And because I have an engineering background, I built a flux capacitor, I put it in the car, and the reaction of people seeing it was so great that I just kept adding on to the car until eventually you end up here.
Selling the cars for up to $100,000 each, including celebrity customers like San Antonio Spurs guard Tony Parker. Picking up a time machine on this day is Ron Laudner, the CEO of a telephone and cable provider in Iowa.
Well, it's the iconic year, right? An iconic movie vehicle.
Every wire in the car is exactly like it was in the films. When a part is too expensive, like this turbine from a jet, Mosley's shop makes a mold and fabricates it. Other parts, like this clock, he springs for.
This is the same exact Bulova alarm clock that he used in 1955, made in West Germany, by the way. That shows how old it is. These clocks go for $400 or $500.
And of course, when the car hits 88 miles per hour, the required speed to travel in time, according to the movies, which are being re-released today,
88 miles per hour!
Mosley has it rigged with all the bells and whistles.
Everything lights up, the dates change, speedometer goes to 88. So you really have the full experience of the time travel event. So what do you think? You want to go for a ride?
Am I driving?
No, I'm driving. But I'll let you ride in the passenger seat.
Okay, all right.
All right, here we go.
Now let's get this up to 1.21 gigawatts.
Let's see if you bastards can do 90.
I want to see people looking at us.
This thing is a dangerous responsibility because people are so busy trying to take a picture of it. Like, for instance, this guy next to us, he's taking pictures with his phone.
Just think this does work?
Sure, that's my stereo. Let me flip that.
For Nightline, I'm Darren Ravel in Duncanville, Texas.
And next, Darren's trying out the hoverboard.